Did I already break it? I already broke it. I picked up 9 tools and a bonus product at the end. At first I thought I was totally gonna get scammed because, well, I ordered 10 items and look how small the bag was. But it surprised me, it passed, I got all 10. First on the list is a $2.60 it's not a right angle, it's a 105-degree angle bit adapter. Well, let me grab some bits. Didn't come prepared, hold on. My first impressions of the bit holder are, well, it's actually a pretty beefy, you know? Whether that just means it's a cheaper material or whatnot, I don't know. But it does have some weight to it. Let's hook it in. You know, it obviously just has the standard bit connection. So we'll just stick it right in there. You can also, you know, it doesn't have to be an impact, which probably shouldn't be an impact. You could also stick it in a drill. So why don't we start it off with that, and we'll do some screws. Okay, well, it's awkward. It was a good first test, and I'd have to say for the screws, you know, it did the little one just fine, which I think this is probably the only application it's good for. The bigger one, obviously, once you start getting too much torque on there, then it just will strip your threads. Or not the threads, will strip the bit. The head, my goodness. Okay. Now onto an actual bolt and socket. Well, first issue is the magnet's not strong enough to hold the socket. And just as you were able to tell, yeah, you can get a couple impacts going, but it just wants to twist, and it throws everything off at some weird angles. So if you maybe had it all secured and you were in a super tight spot and it fit, it might work for that application. But I think a majority of us, this is going to be just a novelty tool that you throw in for $2, and you'll probably forget about it that you had it when you have that one little screw off, you know, in the corner that you need to take out. Curious on why I pulled this guy out? Well, I've got the $2, man, where'd I get that? And 7 cents automatic center punch. Not fully assembled, may need to tighten some stuff. If all goes well, I should have a nice little imprint right here. I think all I have to do is push down. Wow, okay, I did. Man, that is a very, very small center punch, but it is, you know, a hole. And might work, I don't know. Let's grab a drill and see if that actually works. It did, it worked. Okay, if you don't know what's going on, what the point of this is, so you make a mark in your metal. I guess you could do it on wood too. So then your bit doesn't walk all over you, and obviously that's why I grabbed a nice pipe. So then, because it's ideal situation. So, wow, quick, easy test. Yes, this works. It is a very small indent, but it didn't walk the bit. Anyway. Oh, that's kind of fun. Did I already break it? I already broke it. For some reason, it doesn't want to work every, like, 5th time. Maybe, I don't know. I just kind of... Okay, there we go. Whoa, double wrapped. Good, it's not metric. The angles might be, though. I remembered what was in this guy. And so I'm going to do these. Yep, that one is metric. Either way, I'm combining these two. Now, this is totally one of those times when I was in the shopping cart and didn't even realize that I had 2 very similar items until I bought it and they got here. This is just a typical framing square. I'm not going to go over all the features. If you want, there's tons of videos on everything you can do with a framing square. They are an ideal tool to have whether you're a woodworker or if you like to make stuff out of metal too. Well, I definitely have to say they are trying to rip off the woodpecker type color. I mean, that's almost identical to that. Now, here's the real test, okay? Now, I don't know why I've kind of been in a kick on how square my squares are. I mean, just look behind me on the wall. I've got all kinds of framing squares, just woodworking squares, and even a bunch of 3D printed squares. And I splurged and I got a nice machinist square, which is pretty much dead on accurate. Just for kicks, let's see how this lines up. And that's actually right on. That's pretty good. Stuck right, oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so it's actually just at the very top, and as you can see, of course you can't see. Well, either way, it's almost like it got hit with a grinder or passed by something, because the gap is only at this very top, and it is 0.011 thousandths. $5, and this will do a house frame just fine. Next up, we got the $2.47 with the childproof wrapper. Universal wrench. Now, I bought this just because it kept popping up, and for $2, I had to give it a try. So it says that it can do from 9 to 17 millimeter or 9/16 to 7/8 inch. So it really is a universal type wrench. And then on the other end, it's 3 to 8 millimeter and then 5/16 to ½ inch. Let's see how this kind of works. And look at that. I am able to awkwardly, just kind of no handle and just a short type of lever arm, but able to get off that bolt from the previous angle adapter. So just for kicks, let's tighten it back up. I'm actually surprised. Here's the deal though. It still is awkward, and you've only got, the couple inches of leverage, so barely even, doesn't really even go to the end of my hand. Now here's another issue, okay? So let's say you've got a larger bolt. Well, first of all, that takes away from your lever angle, so even less torque out of it, and then you've got this extra material up here. But it is a universal tool that did get off a very simple bolt. So it worked. Am I going to use it? Probably not that much. Next up is this $1.37 centerline Scribe thingy McBob. I don't, you need to find the center line of your board. Simply put it there, clock it, and then you can write it up and down. Voila, simple as that. I've got the center line to my board. And just like that, we've already tested it. Now, I would definitely say there is a place for this with woodworking and sometimes metalworking. I hardly ever need to find, the center line of an entire piece. And it works. For $1.37, don't go wrong. Pick one up. Next up, and I'd say through process of elimination, would be my electrical pliers. And man, this would be definitely the Swiss Army knife of electrical pliers. You've got everything from bolt drivers to actually pliers, the wire cutters, then just this thing that says cut, which is a full-on blade that's actually pretty sharp. Iron wire cut. Okay, I'm assuming that's thicker wire or iron, a steel, I don't know. Maybe, do I have any rod that small? Everything's in metric, of course, but all I care about really is the wire portion and how well it cuts. That actually cuts off pretty well. Ergonomics are okay. Stripping the wire. I do think the pliers up on top will be useful. Those are actually pretty nice. And there's actually got a big blade right here. So I'll tell you right now, if you are left-handed and you are stripping wire, if you do anything like me and you kind of push off on the edge, these are probably not for you. This is a really sharp edge right there, and you'll probably cut your finger. And as a general multi-process tool, it works. Of course, I'm not going to give up my Klein pair, which I've had for many years and are my favorite, but as a secondary backup one, yeah, they might work. Also, don't forget the hammer function as well. I'm combining these two, well, and I'll tell you here why in a second. I've got first the lawnmower sharpener with a little guide on it, and I figured I saw this, I don't know, popped up right next to it. Maybe other people had the same idea, but it's a little mini bench vise. Actually, I'd probably say table vise. It's not a bench vise. But I got this because I'm hoping that I can actually stick it in here. Oh, I can. Let's see how this is going to work. What I'm trying to get at here is I want to be able to see if this will hold the lawnmower blade as I'm sharpening it. It's like this little vise was meant for this. The little cutout is the perfect size for this blade. Ugh, that's not on there very good. It's pretty much a one-time use. I had to keep tightening down this screw as much as I can, and now the grinding disc just skips. It doesn't, it's not attached to the shaft anymore. So for $2.40, is it worth it for a one-time use? Maybe. It still is kind of a hassle. Now, as far as the vise, it's another, for my situation, no, I wouldn't get it. I mean, if you're in your house and you're doing some delicate little stuff, or maybe like for, you know, models and that kind of stuff, yeah, it would work for a tabletop mini type vise where you don't need that much clamping force at all. For bigger stuff in the garage, it's a definite no. Last on my list is a folding solar panel, and well, no, it's not a tool or something I'd use here in my garage, but I'm heading out camping, and so I've always wanted one. Wanted to see if these things actually work, and so user, put solar panel facing the sun. Makes sense, right? So when we come up here, we pretty much know that we don't get any service or anything charged. Now, I still wanted to be able to charge my phone just for the pictures, and voila, taking it out on a partially cloudy time right now, and look at that, it is actually already charging. Now, of course, right now, since there's not that much sun, it's going to take 3 hours to charge it. And my charge time actually went down to about an hour when there was full sun. For $15, I'd say that's pretty good. I'm definitely willing to let it just sit out there and charge while we're out fishing. Now, the actual 20 watts, I'm not quite sure if it can get that high. I didn't test it. But as far as a lightweight, plug-and-play, just portable type solar panel charger, it does the job. Just to recap, my final thoughts are I would skip the angled adapter. For $2, pick up the punch. I would definitely get both squares. I'd skip the adjustable wrench. For only $1, pick up a couple center scribes. These are a great secondary wire snipper pliers. Skip the lawnmower blade sharpener. And if you've got really small stuff, well, the mini tabletop vise will do. And the panel, hey, it actually worked. I'm MechMaster. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.